shadow people. And I'm not talking about someone's skin tone or skin color, but I really mean shadow people. I'm pretty sure some people have seen it, some people haven't. But are shadow people real, or are they just a bunch of clothes in your room, or something you see in the corner of your eye and you don't think it's real? Well, it is real, and it's not shadow people per se. Some people say that shadow people are you, quote unquote, having a out of experience body thing, like astral projection, when clearly it's not. It's very demonic. It just is. The shadow people are more likely demons, so you can get cursed by someone and probably have them. I'm going to break this down in two sections. So someone who has the Holy Spirit and someone who doesn't. So let's talk about the person who doesn't. You probably do see them, or you probably don't. The reason you probably don't see them is because you're already trapped in sin, and why would demons want to mess with you if one little small demon is already taking over your life? They don't do that, and you can tell that clearly. Sometimes they do. You're able to see that with Jesus and the guy who had the Legion demon, which was a bunch of demons in that guy. And of course, Jesus went up to him and took out the demons, meaning many, they, them. Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence we have they, them nowadays. But yeah, they, them, which is Legion, was a demon that was inside, a bunch of demons that were inside of a person. Of course, Jesus rebuked the demons, and then some people got scared, and they think that you're not supposed to eat pig, but that's a whole different entire video. You can eat pig, so I'm just saying. But yeah, this person had a bunch of demons until Jesus saved them. So yes, there are people out there who have a lot of demons, and they probably can't see them, but they can hear them in their mind. And the reason you can hear them in your mind, and why it's possible, is because God is able to speak to you in your mind or in your dreams. And you might be saying, in your mind and in your dreams? Yes, because Joseph, the king of dreams, is in the Bible. His name is Joseph. He dreamed the future, and he was able to see the future. And God gave him basically visions and spoke to him. So if God can do that, and you think demons won't be able to do that? Demons like to mess around with people. I know one thing. If there's a lot of demons and you get affected by them and you're like, you have bad luck, it's not your bad luck. It's probably because you have a bunch of demons, bro. Maybe not the worst ones, but maybe the ones that like to mess around with you. That's why sometimes you see something out of the corner of your eye. I don't think that's a coincidence. I know this whole demon syndrome thing came up. I heard it a couple of times, I think. Someone was talking about, there's this whole demon syndrome. Yeah. I mean, it's not new news. It's been in the Bible. You can clearly identify the demons. I don't know why people are acting like this is all new things. No, it's been here. I think you're just paying attention now because more people have phones and are able to communicate with each other much faster. So yeah, that's real. But going back to shadow people, some people see them at night or when they're sleeping. Have I ever seen them? I've seen them a couple of times. They're kind of weird. You can't really move your body. Sometimes I was trying to fight them because, you might think it's somebody else, you know what I mean? They are real. Usually people put curses on you, and that's how kind of it works. That's why some people crack eggs on people's head, and then they're like, if it turns a different color, you have a demon or something. I mean, I don't know. No one ever cracked an egg on me and put it on water and see if it changed colors. But yeah, shadow people are usually just there. It's weird. I was never able to identify them. They never looked like someone I ever met in my life. I remember one time when I was a kid, I actually saw one, and I had this chair, and he sat in the chair. And it wasn't for like, it might have been your chair. No, he was wearing a hat. But it's the best way I can describe a shadow person, especially if you play video games. It's like when you can't see the character you want to unlock and it's all black. It's like that. So the one I saw, he was sitting in my chair, and he had like a hat, like a cowboy hat. So there's no way it could have been a normal person or me tripping out thinking it was closed or the chair. No, he had like a cowboy hat, and he was just looking, which I thought was weird. But you usually get nightmares because of that. Usually when I get nightmares, it isn't because I'm having a nightmare because I saw a movie or something weird happen. No, it's usually demons that I'm able to see. I know a lot of people get affected by demons different, either by them getting drunk or getting wasted. Everybody gets affected different, but yes, shadow people are real. I don't know what's their purpose. The only purpose I'm able to figure out is that they just like to mess around with you and just scare you. That's basically it. Because there are demons out there that like to see you waste your potential, meaning some demons like to see you get hurt as well. That's why you get hurt sometimes and you're like, oh, I have bad luck. There's different types of demons, and you might be saying, how is there different types of demons? Well, in heaven, there's different types of angels. That's why you see Lucifer, he's the quote-unquote the best in the music. That's why you have Michael the Archangel, because he's the strongest one. That's why Lucifer can't beat him, because that goes to the spot of Michael, because he's just overpowered like that. And then you have Gabriel, and then Gabriel, he's the messenger. Then of course you have the watchers, the ones that quote-unquote write everything and also witness what we do in our daily lives. That's why when you go to heaven, they will all know what you did in the dark and in the light. Then you also have those who sing praises to God, which is they sing holy, holy, and they're right next to his throne. And you have to think about it. There's different types. Then that's not mean including the military and other angels that do other things, that like the ones that helped the apostles get out of jail, or also talk to the donkey in the Bible. There's many different types of angels, and just know that if 1/3 of those angels fell, it didn't say it was just the messengers, it didn't say it was just the warriors, it said 1/3. So that means different types of angels fell down from heaven to earth, and they all had a different purpose and a different gift that they were doing in heaven. But now, since they're the opposite, they're doing evil things, meaning they're messing around with you, giving you bad luck, making sure you get hurt, making sure you get wasted, because they're the opposite of what they used to do. So yes, they are real. Shadow people are real. Demons are real. The best way to get rid of them is what Jesus says, is by, sometimes if you have a particular demon, you go to a church and they can't get rid of it, is by fasting and praying. But you're also reading the Bible, and you're also being healthy and working out. Because let's be honest, Jesus was not some guy talking all the time. No, Jesus was a handyman, and he was a carpenter, meaning he had to work kind of like a blue collar job. So he had to do physical activities, he also prayed, and he also ate healthy. And he tried to stay away from temptation. So you should do the same thing when you're fasting and praying. Because some demons don't come out of people just the way they come out of some normal people. Also, what if you have the Holy Spirit and you still get affected by them? Can people with Holy Spirit... Okay, so can people who have the Holy Spirit get possessed? No, it's impossible, because you already have the Holy Spirit in you. What is the Holy Spirit? It's basically the soul of God. So he gives you a small portion and you have it. So you can't get possessed. But a lot of people say, no weapon against me shall prosper. Okay, but you're forgetting something, okay? You're forgetting something. This is the problem with a lot of Christians who go to church. This is their biggest problem. They think because they're Christian, they're not going to get affected. No, you won't get possessed. A Christian, a real one, will never get possessed ever. That's impossible. But you will get hurt. And a lot of Christians don't like hearing or seeing that. You will get hurt. That's why some Christians get bad things happen to them. Let's say they lose their job or they get in a crash accident, and then they say, why, God? Well, God said you are going to get hurt. What do you think it means when it says that this is a spiritual warfare? Okay, so what do you think happens in war? People get hurt, you get shot, and you got to kneel down and you got to keep shooting. If not, you're going to die, and keep going. Same thing with the spiritual warfare thing the Bible talks about. You're going to get hurt, meaning you might lose your job, you might get in a crash accident, you might trip and fall when everything was going good. Now you broke your nose. Things happen, and that's what Christians in general keep forgetting. You're going to get hurt. And it wasn't God, it was the demons. Because of course, if this is a war, demons are always trying to get you. And if you have the Holy Spirit, they hate you even more. That's why a lot of things happen to you. That's why either people make fun of you, or you get tripped a lot, or you're like, I'm always late, or why don't I ever get this opportunity? Why do you think if you're from God, the demons will hate you? Because you're not just going up against demons, you're going up against demons and fallen angels, which are completely different things. So just so you know, a fallen angel is a fallen angel. Then you have the demons, and then on top of that, you have the children from the fallen angels, which is now the Nephilim. So now you got three things. And on top of that, you have the devil. And on top of that, you have bad people who like to sin a lot. So that's like a lot of things you're going up against, and you think, well, I don't see them. Well, if you believe in God, can you see God? No, you can't. So it's a spiritual thing. So when something bad happens, even though you follow God, just know you're going up against all of those odds. Because if you're for God and you believe God, then the demons, the angels, the fallen angels, and all of that bad things that happen, they hate you. They hate you even more than they hate the person that's already lost. It's obvious. I don't know why people don't, quote unquote, use their brain when they think about that. Maybe because people don't read their Bibles. But yeah, you're going to get hated more, bro. It's just the way it is. But you won't get possessed. That's the difference between you, someone who has the Holy Spirit, and someone who doesn't, is that you might go through the same thing as they will, but the one thing that won't happen to you is that you won't get possessed. So, and plus you'll be saved in the very end. But at least you won't get possessed. So that was a lot. I hope you're able to understand all of that. If not, I can still answer the question. But yep, shadow people are real, demons are real, fallen angels are real. Bad things happen to good people because the bad side, or quote unquote the dark side, hates the light side. And the light side overcomes the darkness. So you don't have to worry about that. But you just know that this is a war. You will get affected. You will see spiritual things. Some people may not believe you, but these things are real. Some people believe in karma and they don't believe in evil things. Some people believe in demons, or quote unquote folklore of their hometown, saying, oh, there's this demon that everyone talks about in this country, and they believe in that, but they won't believe in God. It's kind of weird. You know, be careful. Also, don't pray to your saints, because you shouldn't. Because demons also like to be worshipped. And sometimes they act like a certain saint or a certain god. They act like certain characters for you to worship them instead of worshiping Jesus Christ. So be careful with that. You should only worship God. Even the angels, when they met the apostles or people in the Bible, they said, don't bow down to me, bow down to God. But of course, that's the good angel. What do you think a bad angel's going to do? He's going to be like, nah, give me all that worship to me on my statue. I'm just saying, you got to read the Bible. It helps you, and then you're able to see basically everything. Which people don't like reading nowadays, which is sad. But hey, I hope this helped. And tell me if you ever seen something very creepy or demonic. We can probably talk about that, because those things are real. And of course, as always, Jesus Christ loves you, and I hope you have a blessed day. Stay blessed.